Assalamu alaikum viewers, good day and welcome to this special interview program from the Information Unit of the Borno State University. The Borno State University was established in the year 2016. However, since then, nothing much was done in terms of human resources and academic activities until the year 2019, specifically in March, when principal officers were appointed by the then Governor Kashim Shettima, with Professor Umar Kari Sandabi as the pioneer vice chancellor. Interestingly, while other similar universities struggled to take off years after establishment, Professor Umar Kari Sandabi and his principal officers had ensured that the Borno State University takes off and commenced academic activities that same year of their appointment. In fact, within only 6 months. So how was that feat achieved? How is the journey so far? What are challenges faced and how are these challenges being tackled? To answer this and many more is the pioneer vice chancellor of the Borno State University in the person of Professor Umar Kari Sandabi, who had just clocked 4 years of both academic and non-academic activities. Sir, good day and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. As usual, I am Mohammed Umar Garkuwa. Thank you for joining us. Now, sir, how is it like to be the pioneer vice chancellor of a new university, especially at the time of COVID-19 pandemic?
It was actually very exciting and at the same time challenging. At the time we were appointed, as you rightly said, the university got its license in 2016, but full take-off was on 2019 at the appointment of the principal officers. Now, at the time of the appointment and inauguration of the management team, there was this insurgency problems where there were some sporadic incidents of insecurity in the state. There are also incidents of criminalities and all that. So it was amidst this situation that we set out to see how we could take off, and thanks to Allah, we were able to navigate, went to the NUC, got approval of 30 programs. We came and established 4 mega faculties with these 30 programs.
So before we get to that, sir, what did you find on ground on assumption of duty, especially on the site of the university?
You see, we came, we met temporary buildings where we took off, and immediately thereafter, a new government also came in under the leadership of Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, MNI, FNSA, GCON, became also heavily involved in trying to see the university, have the befitting infrastructures. So he completed all the projects without delay, furnished all the buildings and the new buildings, and then immediately we occupied those buildings, and we took off honestly without any challenge of accommodations of offices, accommodation of classrooms, and accommodations of even staff quarters. So we were also grateful in that direction. Yeah, but earlier you said COVID-19. Yeah, COVID-19 came. It has also its challenges. There was a complete lockdown, but fortunately for us, by the time the lockdown came, we have finished our second semester examination, and after the lockdown, we didn't lose any period. So there was no actually break for us in terms of academic calendar.
Due to the COVID-19
Yes.
Now, one immediate challenge faced by administrators of a new institution is the takeoff, naturally. Now, here you are within 6 months into your appointment, you and your team were able to take off not only administratively, but most importantly academically. How did you achieve this feat, sir?
You see, sometimes the main hindrance of this situation is funding. So fortunately for us, the government adequately funded us, and then we got adequate funding, and then we have a robust management team, a team that is hardworking, and we handle these funds frugally so that it serves our purpose. And that we did, and that was how we were able to meet our demands effectively.
Now, so another teething problem faced by boarding institutions is that of both non-academic and especially academic staff. Now, how did you source yourself that you were able to take off in October 2019?
Yeah, you know, by the time we came, we were lucky that we were also domiciled in Maiduguri, where University of Maiduguri is also domiciled. We tried as much as possible to reach to a memorandum of understanding with University of Maiduguri. And thereafter, for all these 30 programs, we got sabbatical, and then we got visiting lecturers who honestly volunteered, and they came here. We gave them the employment in these two categories for them to take off. But at the initial, we have been matched with Kashim Ibrahim College of Education, where most of our non-academic staff, you know, were sourced to come, and then effectively we just give them some little orientation with the help of University of Maiduguri seasoned administrators. We engage few of them to come and give them the orientation. So we had to call university administrators to give them orientation. In other words, we orient them to meet our demands, and that was how we source our non-academic personalities. But by and large, most of our academic staff were sourced from the University of Maiduguri and other universities across the country. We have quite a few of them. And then in that direction, we had entered into a memorandum of understanding with other foreign universities who were also giving us technical support and trying to see that this is how things are done, and some advices. And that was how we were able to, you know, we organized seminars, workshops, and certain lectures through virtual, for our students and staff to, you know, benefit. These are some of these strategies that we took in order to effectively take off around that time.
Now, sir, may we know how many faculties you started with, and programs, and of course number of students at that time?
As I mentioned earlier, we have 30 programs. But you see, to begin with, if you said you can create a lot of faculties, you will have some administrative challenges. But for convenience, we have to create 4 mega faculties. We have the Faculty of Science, we have the Faculty of Agriculture, then we have Faculty of Social and Management Sciences, and we have Faculty of Arts and Education. And these are the 4 mega faculties under which these 30 programs are housed. And using this thing, we appointed deans and heads of departments, and then we took off. First, our first admission, even though we were given 2,000 carrying capacity, we were approved, but we were only able to get 674 or so as first pioneer students to take off, and we matriculated that number. But subsequently, this number increased. The following year, we had to even look for attrition to increase the number of application. Now the student population is almost hitting 5,000 students.
So any plan for expansion or adding more courses? And if yes, what are these courses?
Yeah, currently we are engaged with the Nigerian University Commission, NUC, on establishment of the College of Medical Sciences, Faculty of Engineering. These are the 2 immediate faculties that we hope to start with the coming session. We have reached advanced stage. We have met all their requirements. We are just waiting for them to just give us a letter of approval to commence those programs. And maybe in the 2 or 3 sessions to come, we have Faculty of Law, which is also based on high demands and requests from the public, and we have some highly specialized courses which we are now studying them, like aerospace, like space engineering, and all these things we are now currently studying them. But by and large, these are the 2 programs that we are looking for. And when we say College of Medical Sciences, I mean that it's MBBS and its allied courses like pharmacy, nursing, medical laboratory sciences, and all that. So these are all we have engaged in NUC, and hopefully we are expecting approval from them.
Now, sir, first batch admission have been released. When will the second batch be released? And what happened to those who could not make it and yet wants to come to the Borno State University to study?
You see, the problem with admissions now is we have released the first batch, and then we realized that we just released 50% of our requirement as first batch. And we are now trying to sort out things to see that we don't make over admissions. So, and now we have almost reached the carrying capacity, and then we are also, because since our capacity could even take up to 3,000, we are still requesting JAM to add us a little more so that we meet the requirements of these students. But in every year, even JAM itself is aware that the number of applicants are much more than what the universities could afford. And so those that could not get admission this year is hard luck, but they let them not lose hope with the system. They should also reapply next year through JAM, because JAM is the only organization mandated by the law to admit students into Nigerian universities. Not any other source, not any other way. It's only through JAM. Yes.
So how about the university's remedial program? How far so far?
This remedial year programs is to bring students together, those that have deficiencies in some of their courses, which they could not make it at home. So you come, you retrain them, you give them additional training so that they should meet. In most cases, we put more emphasis on English and mathematics, and maybe 1 or 2 of their choosing future career choice, so that we give them a lot of training, so that by the time they sit down for WAEC, they will make those results, and then when they sit down for UTME, Unified Tertiary Institution Matriculation Examination, then they will make the minimum score that is admissible. So that's why the remedial year program is there. And in most cases, our carrying capacity for the remedial year program is about 1,500 to 2,000. Yeah.
And how is the response from?
Because of the anomaly, the response is, well, I could say is fair. It's not that they are responding heavily, but it's fair. Yes.
But students are encouraged to apply?
Yes, they are encouraged to apply for remedial. Those that don't have either English or Maths or any of the subjects that guide their future career.
Now, soon, sir, God's willing, WUSU will graduate its first set of students, since it's almost 4 years now. Now, so how feasible is that, and any time frame?
Yeah, it's feasible. You see, our calendar is already out. Our calendar, the second semester ends by August or September. And by the time October comes, the university would have approved their results. And maybe November, December will be set aside as the convocation year period. If there is no any incident that brings break into the calendar, God willing, we are hopefully expecting that our students will smoothly graduate around that time.
Well, sir, let me go back to the issue of the Kashimuram College of Education, the merger. How far so far?
No, the merger had been completed. Everything is now At the initial stage, we were asked to sit down to sort out those academics that have the prospects of going for further studies to do PhD or higher degrees, and then those that could cope and face the retraining so that they will be fitted into the universities. We observe all those ones as academic staff. Those that had already PhD and they are lecturing there, we move them only for us to reorient them, for them to see the educational system is different with that of the university and the college. We have completely concluded all the issues. Now we are fully integrated with this merger.
So it is a common knowledge that universities, be it federal or state, get one assistance or the other from agencies and organizations like the TED Fund, NIDA, etc., etc. What is the situation with the Bonoso University?
Like the TED Fund that you mentioned, it's a law. The law establishing the TED funds agrees that universities are entitled to apply and be considered by the TED Fund for grants. And then if you have met the requirement of the TED Fund, they have certain guides and regulations. And if you have met those requirements and guidelines, they will admit you. And so far so good, thank God, they have admitted us, they have enlisted us. For 3 years running, we have been getting the intervention from the TED Fund effectively. And it has greatly helped us in trying to improve our infrastructure on campus. In that respect, we have to thank the federal government, the TED Fund itself, and the state government for making it possible for the state university, as part of their corporate social responsibilities, they do offer helps to tertiary institutions. And in that situation, we seize the opportunity, we have to do advocacy. This gone are the era where the vice chancellor or the management sit down on swiveling chair in his office and then expect grants from the state or the federal government just to run the university. So we had to go out to make advocacy visits to many organizations. In that respect, we have visited NIDA. They listened to us, they understood us, they identified with us under the leadership of Professor Isa Alifantami, who was then NIDA Executive Secretary. He granted us Internet Hub, that is ICT Center in the university. They built us, they equipped all these things. It is functional now. Then when he became minister, he also helped us in getting a broadband internet facilities on the campus. We are also grateful to him. Only Allah will reward him for that assistance. And then NCC also, it is still under the communication ministry. They also help us with computers, with laptops, and then other facilities for us to enhance our educational pursuit. We are also grateful for them. Then we had to reach NNPC. NNPC is now currently building Center for Peace and Strategic Studies on the campus. It is about 70% completion. So we have visited FIRS, who in principles agreed to come and intervene. We have followed a lot of personalities, individuals, and everything. And then hopefully by the time a response come back to us and they are positive, we'll tell you that we have got intervention from these philanthropies or from these agencies.
So I know you also visited NEDC.
I just wanted to talk NEDC as when I want to talk about engineering. The NEDC, Northeast Development Commission, has one of the largest intervention that we have on the campus. Is on the Faculty of Engineering. They have a site for civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and an auditorium. So I think we are very grateful, very much appreciative to the Managing Director NEDC, Alhaji Muhammad Al-Kali Goni, who is also very keen to be supervising the project by himself from now and then. We are very grateful. Yes, I told you earlier about the NNPC. The managing director of NNPC, Meleke, received us in his office, assured us, and the project is now going on. We are also very grateful to him. Yeah.
Yes, so still on intervention. How is the state government faring in its intervention in the university, both financially and structurally?
The state government has tried its best. If you go around the country, there is no, I can say this without fear of contradiction, there's very few, if any, actually, where state government has provided 70% of the facilities on the campus. If you go through many of the universities, including the federal, 80% of their facilities are funded by TED Fund, provided by TED Fund. But here in Borno State University, as of now, 80% or even 90% of the projects are funded by the state government. And the state government is always ready. Even we talked with His Excellency that he is ready to come and even build certain infrastructures for us. Again, when the political dust settles, we are absolutely certain that he is coming to build some of the requirements on campus. So the state government has been doing wonderfully well, and you cannot appreciate what I am saying until you come visit the university, go around there and see our networks. And then there is one federal agency that also help us, which let me not forget mentioning them, Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Federal Ministry of Agriculture under the leadership of Minister of State for Ministry of Agriculture, Alhaji Baba Shauri, OFR. He provided street lights to the universities, and then currently he is engaged in trying to see how they could provide water to the university.
Now, sir, the state government is constructing a teaching hospital for the university. So also TEDPAD is constructing College of Health Sciences. How far have they gone in that direction, sir?
Yeah, you know, the teaching hospital is a project of the state government. So far so good, it's going on, but I am not qualified to talk on that issue. But the commitment shown by His Excellency is so high that the building is almost at the stage of completion. And we have the College of Medical or Health Sciences is funded by the TED Fund, high impact grants. So it's also ongoing. Hopefully we are expecting maybe towards the end of this year, they will all be completed.
Now, sir, the NUC was here late last year for accreditation. May we know the outcome of that, if any?
Yeah, you see, we have about 30 programs. We invited them, they came, they look at our programs meticulously, and at the end of the day, we got 100% accreditation. And with 28 full accreditation. In other words, it is only after 5 years that they will be due for another accreditation. Then we have 2 programs for interim accreditation. That means that after 2 years, they will be eligible for another accreditation. I think it is one of the greatest feats the university is proud of, or the management is proud of. There are very few universities that apply for accreditation for all their programs and get 100%. Is very difficult.
Especially within such a short period.
Yeah.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Now, sir. Sir, most of your students stay off campus in spite of the long distance to school. Now, what have you done, or what are you doing to bring succor to them in terms of hostel accommodation and transportation?
You see, when we came on board, having realized the distance and situation, the government helped us to build 2 mega students hostels, and we have now capacity to accommodate the students. But you see, in this era, not only you have the facility, but the second aspect, you have to see how you can maintain the security and protection of these students. So we are now working very hard with the security agencies, not only our internal security agencies, the vigilantes and all that, but we are working with the military, with the police, with the civil defense and the SSS, the DSS, so that at the end, when the students are on campus, we would have established a full security cover. But hopefully, this academic session, we are going to commence accommodating the students.
What of the transportation aspect?
The transportation, you see, desktop is just a privilege. It is the feeling of the management that let's assist and complement the efforts of the parents. So we have about 9 buses that ferry students from the campus to the town and from the town to the campus every day. We transport them free of charge to their nearest destination, to their homes. Yeah.
Sir, before we go, what will you consider as your greatest achievement as the Vice Chancellor of the Borno State University?
Well, you said in briefly, my greatest achievement is that I came, there was no university, Borno State University, there was nothing on ground. At the end of my tenure, we have a full-fledged, functioning, viable, virile, and strong university on ground. I think this is one of the happiest moments in the legend. In any way, I have a robust management that helped me to see that this aspiration is achieved. And by the time I leave this the office, we know that there is a university in existence. Not only a university, but a world-class university is on ground in Borno State. And this is an legacy and it's an achievement. That before I came, there was nothing like that. After I have left, there was something like that. So I think it's an achievement and I will be very proud of it. Yes.
So finally, as you face yet another new academic session, what message or appeal do you have for government, your staff, parents and students?
You see, for the government, yes, they have to be patient with us. They have to be tolerant with us. And then we are seeking for more government interventions and support, like Oliver Twist. This should not be a problem to the government. To the students, I think they should be up and doing. They are just privileged to have got a university with full support, with full facilities for them to do. Not any student can have this. Let them go and see other universities across the country if they have this kind of facilities. So they should also take it seriously, face their studies, and then meet their objectives.
To your staff and who assisted you?
Well, I thank the management. I thank them who are assisting me. I thank them very well. They are up and doing their hard working. I appreciate their efforts. I'm happy with them. And then when at the end of the day we take the credits, all of us will take the credits. And then each time you mention the name of any one of them, they will say, yeah, he was part of the story. And I appreciate them. I urge them also to put more efforts in trying to see that the university wills and become stronger than it is now.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah,
That will be it.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, viewers, that is it from the information unit of the Borno State University. Until next time, from the Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much.
And from me is thank you for watching. See you next time.